Hi, Quentin. Congrats on getting first. Here we go. I realized I forgot to put my details on my Twitter post. We're rounding out the second week. Hi, Eddie. Goodness, there are so many killers in 2v8 now. Oni is a wild choice. I guess. Yay, blood points. How's everybody doing today? Also, I thought there was... Oh, right. It'll just... the... I thought there was a thing where we could play Survivor while we waited for killer games. Or is that something that's coming later? Let me find out. You didn't get that's great to hear. No, you would not die. Okay, looks like they're not adding that until next time. Let's see. I could continue if I remember where I put the book. There we go. That could be fun to do. Is just read in between games. I almost dropped my book. Hello, cat. Can I help you? Oh, no, I didn't break it. Ha ha ha. Anyway. Question is Hero? Yeah, I don't want to start reading without him being here. Thank you, Jack. I appreciate you dropping by. It does not look like Hero is here yet. He might be busy. I could read short stories to you guys. I might do that in the meantime. Oh, that was. read. Let's see if I can get some. This website kind of sucks. I'm gonna try a different one. Oh no. I accidentally popped a nosebleed because I sneezed. This is terrible, horrible news. Oh, give me just a second. I need to get something to take care of this. I'll be right back. I have a red towel just for these kinds of occasions. Okay. Sorry. Oh, I can just look up HP Lovecraft stuff. Eh. Okay. Here we go. Hi, Jira. I'm getting ready to read us some short stories while we wait on Killer Games. How are you? I'm starting with the Dunwich Horror. Just pull it up on my computer. Oh no. Here, it's better on my computer. Well, hopefully you aren't wearing yourself too thin. Okay. So, the Dunwich Horror. Gorgons and hydras and chimeras, dire stores of Seleneo, and the harpies may reproduce themselves in the brain of superstition. But they were there before. They are transcripts. Types. The archetypes are in us and eternal. How else should the recital of that which we know in a waking sense to be false come to affect us all? Is it that we naturally conceive terror from such objects, considered in their capacity of being able to inflict upon us bodily injury? Oh, least of all, these terrors are of older standing. They date beyond body, or without the body, they would have been the same. That the kind of fear here treated is purely spiritual, that it is strong in proportion as it is objectless on earth, that it predominates in the period of our sinless infancy. Our difficulties, the solution of which might afford some probable insight into our anti-mundane condition, and a peep, at least, into the shadowland of pre-existence. Charles Lamb, Witches and Other Night Fears. When a traveler in north-central Massachusetts takes the wrong fork at the junction of Aylesbury Pike, just beyond Dean's Corners, he comes upon a lonely and curious country. The ground gets higher, and the byre-bordered stone walls press closer and closer against the ruts of the dusty, curving road. The trees of the frequent forest belts seem too large, and the wild weeds, brambles, and grasses attain a luxuriance not often found in settled regions. At the same time, the planted fields appear singularly few and barren, while the sparsely scattered houses wear a surprisingly uniform aspect of age, squalor, and dilapidation. Without knowing why, one hesitates to ask directions from the gnarled, solitary figures spied now and then on crumbling doorsteps or on the sloping, rock-strewn meadows. Those figures are so silent and furtive that one feels somehow confronted by forbidden things, with which it would be better to have nothing to do. When a rise in the road brings the mountains in view above the deep woods, the feeling of strange uneasiness is increased. The summits are too rounded and symmetrical to give a sense of comfort and naturalness, and sometimes the sky silhouettes with a special clearness the queer circles of tall stone pillars with which most of them are crowned. Gorges and ravines of problematical depth intersect the way, and the crude wooden bridges always seem of dubious safety. When the road dips again, there are stretches of marshland that one instinctively dislikes, and indeed almost fears. At evening, when unseen whippoorwills chatter and the fireflies come out in abnormal profusion to dance to the raucous, creepily insistent rhythms of the stridently piping bullfrogs. The thin, shining line of the Miskatonic's upper reaches has an oddly serpent-like suggestion as it winds close to the feet of the domed hills among which it rises. Stealth killers. Yeah. Parking lot crow. Fantastic. Let's go flush them out. Why can't I see him? Oh, he's over there. Beautiful. Yep, it's pretty cool. Fantastic. Let's go help with this injure. Nice, nice. I'll let him get his stock on that one. Yeah, have him 99 for later. Damn. Unlucky. Mm-hmm. Goodness gracious. Okay, gotta be a little more aggressive. What in the hell just happened? I wasn't that close, but all right. Where are you? Yeah, we need to start teaming. I'll leave her to him. Hell yeah. Beautiful. They rebuilt shack. I really ought to not be here, but drop it. Oh, nope. I just get you here now. Not sure what the plan was, but didn't work. Sky, I would love to have you as a killer buddy. Ah, he's a healer. Not gonna work on me. Wraith the Ghostface is kind of a goated combo, though. And then we cut her off. What? I have no idea what just happened. Boom. Jesus. All right. They got 2 flashlight people not doing gens. Interesting. Sky, I am used to so many sussy names. Love it. Fantastic. Oh wait, it's hatch time. No? What in the world is going on? GG's. Really? All right. Oh, I was like, which one of the names are you? Huntress. Let's see, how many sussy names do I have? There's yours. I have someone whose name is currently Milfshake. Let's see. Got some weird ones that aren't like sussy. Jack Porkins. So that one's weird. The real test is going to be what Tan is today. Oh, Tan is actually normal today. I am disappointed, Tan. You were usually my example of weird sussy names. Okay. We continue with Dunwich. As the hills draw nearer, one heeds their wooded sides more than their stone-crowned tops. Those sides loom up so darkly and precipitously that one wishes they would keep their distance, but there is no road by which to escape them. Across a covered bridge, one sees a small village huddled between the stream and the vertical slope of Round Mountain, and wonders at the cluster of rotting gambrel roofs bespeaking an earlier architectural period than that of the neighboring region. It is not reassuring to see, at a closer glance, that most of the houses are deserted and falling to ruin, and that the broken steepled church now harbors the one slovenly mercantile establishment of the hamlet. One dreads to trust the tenebrous tunnel of the bridge, yet there is no way to avoid it. Once across, it is hard to prevent the impression of a faint, malign odor about the village street, as of the massed mold and decay of centuries. It is always a relief to get clear of the place and to follow the narrow road around the base of the hills and across the level country beyond till it rejoins the Aylesbury Pike. Afterwards, one sometimes learns that one has been through Dunwich. Outsiders will visit Dunwich as seldom as possible, and since a certain season of horror, all the signboards pointing toward it have been taken down. The scenery, judged by an ordinary aesthetic canon, is more than commonly beautiful, yet there is no influx of artists or summer tourists. 2 centuries ago, when talk of witch blood, Satan worship, and strange forest presences was not laughed at, it was the custom to give reasons for avoiding the locality. In our sensible age, since the Dunwich horror of 1928 was hushed up by those who had the town's and the world's welfare at heart, people shun it without knowing exactly why. Perhaps one reason, though it cannot apply to uninformed strangers, is that the natives are now repellently decadent, having gone far along that path of retrogression so common in many New England's backwaters. They have come to form a race by themselves, with the well-defined mental and physical stigmata of degeneracy and inbreeding. The average of their intelligence is woefully low, whilst their annals reek of overt viciousness and of half-hidden murders, incests, and deeds of almost unnameable violence and perversity. The old gentry, representing the 2 or 3 Armigerous families which came from Salem in 1692, have kept somewhat above the general level of decay, though many branches are sunk into the sordid populace so deeply that only their names remain as a key to the origin they disgrace. Some of the Whateleys and Bishops still send their eldest sons to Harvard and Miskatonic, though those sons seldom return to the moldering gambrel roofs under which they and their ancestors were born. No one, even those who have the facts concerning the recent horror, can say just what is the matter with Dunwich, though old legends speak of unhallowed rites and conclaves of the Indians, amidst which they called forbidden shapes of shadow out of the great rounded hills, and made wild, orgiastic prayers that were answered by loud cracklings and rumblings from the ground below. In 1747, the Reverend Abijah Hoadley, newly come to the Congregational Church at Dunwich Village, preached a memorable sermon on the close presence of Satan and his imps, in which he said, "It must be allowed that these blasphemies of the infernal train of demons are matters of too common knowledge, but to be denied. The cursed voices of Azazel and Bozrah, of Beelzebub and Belial, being heard now from underground by above a score of credible witnesses now living. I myself did not more than a fortnight ago catch a very plain discourse of evil powers in the hill behind my house, wherein there were rattling and rolling, groaning, screeching, and hissing, As such, no things of the earth could raise up, and which must needs have come from those caves that only the black magic can discover, and only the devil unlock. Mr. Hoadley disappeared soon after delivering this sermon, but the text, printed in Springfield, is still extant. Noises in the hills continued to be reported from year to year and still form a puzzle to geologists and physiographers. Other traditions tell of foul odors near the hill-crowning circles of stone pillars and of rushing airy presences to be heard faintly at certain hours from stated points at the bottom of the great ravines, while still others try to explain the Devil's Hop Yard, a bleak, blasted hillside where no tree, shrub, or grass blade will grow. Then, too, the natives are mortally afraid of the numerous whippoorwills which grow vocal on warm nights. It is vowed that the birds are psychopops, lying in wait for the souls of the dying, and that they time their eerie cries in unison with the sufferer's struggling breath. If they can catch the fleeting soul when it leaves the body, they instantly flutter away, chittering in demonic laughter. But if they fail, they subside gradually into their disappointed silence. These tales, of course, are obsolete and ridiculous, because they come down from very old times. Dunwich is indeed ridiculously old, older by far than any of the communities within 30 miles of it. South of the village, one may still spy the cellar walls and chimney of the ancient Bishop House, which was built before 1700, whilst the ruins of the mill at the falls, built in 1806, form the most modern piece of architecture to be seen. Industry did not flourish here, and the 19th century factory movement proved short-lived. Oldest of all are the great rings of rough-hewn stone columns on the hilltops, but these are more generally attributed to the Indians than to the settlers. Deposits of skulls and bones found within these circles are around the sizable table-like rock on Sentinel Hill, sustain the popular belief that such spots were once the burial places of the Pocahontas, even though many ethnologists, disregarding the absurd improbability of such a theory, persist in believing the remains Caucasian. Hi, Jay. I won the first one, so yeah, doing pretty good. We're just reading short stories in between until Hero gets here, and then we will be continuing our reading of Fire. Right now, we are on the Dunwich Horror. Yeah, queue times are quite abysmal, so. It was in the township of Dunwich, in a large and partly inhabited farmhouse set against a hillside 4 miles from the village and 1.5 miles from any other dwelling, that Wilbur Whately was born at 5 a.m. on Sunday, the 2nd of February, 1913. This date was recalled because it was Candlemas, which people in Dunwich curiously observe under another name, and because the noises in the hills had sounded, and all the dogs of the countryside had barked persistently through the night before. Less worthy of notice was the fact that the mother was one of the decadent Whitleys, a somewhat deformed, unattractive albino woman of 35, living with an aged and half-insane father, about whom the most frightful tales of wizardry had been whispered in his youth. It's gonna be a while before he gets added to 2v8, even if they do. Like, their plan is to add all the killers eventually, so, like, it's gonna happen, but one, requires the license holder to agree, and two, requires balancing his power to not be insane. Lavinia Whately had no known husband, but according to the custom of the region, made no attempt to disavow the child, concerning the other side of whose ancestry the country folk might, and did, speculate as widely as they chose. On the contrary, she seemed strangely proud of the dark, goatish-looking infant who formed such a contrast to her own sickly and pink-eyed albinism, and was heard to mutter many curious prophecies about its unusual powers and tremendous future. Lavinia was one who would be apt to mutter such things, for she was a lone creature given to wandering amidst thunderstorms in the hills and trying to read the great odorous books which her father had inherited through 2 centuries of Whateleys, and which were fast falling to pieces with age and wormholes. I'm in a voice call if you'd like to join, Sky. You should be able to see me there. Yeah. She had never been to school, but was filled with disjointed scraps of ancient lore that old Whately had taught her. The remote farmhouse had always been feared because of old Whately's reputation for black magic, and the unexplained death by violence of Mrs. Whately, when Lavinia was 12 years old, had not helped to make the place popular. Nice guy. Isolated among strange influences, Lavinia was fond of wild and grandiose daydreams and singular occupations. Nor was her leisure much taken up by household cares in a home from which all standards of order and cleanliness had long since disappeared. You're not a dumbass, Sky. It's okay. There was a hideous screaming which echoed above even the hill noises and the dogs barking on the night Wilbur was born, but no known doctor or midwife presided at his coming. Neighbors knew nothing of him till a week afterward, when old Whately drove his sleigh through the snow into Dunwich village and discoursed incoherently to the group of loungers at Osborne's general store. There seemed to be a change in the old man, an added element of furtiveness in the clouded brain which subtly transformed him from an object to a subject of fear. Though he was not one to be perturbed by any common family events. Amidst it all, he showed some trace of the pride later noticed in his daughter, and what he said of the child's paternity was remembered by many of his hearers years afterward. I don't care what folks think. If Lavinia's boy looked like his pa, he wouldn't look nothing like nothing you expect. He needn't think about the only folks is folks hereabouts. Lavinia's read some and has seen some things that most you only tell about. I calculate her man is as good a husband as you can find this side of Aylesbury. And if you know as much about the hills as I do, you wouldn't ask no better church wedding nor her. Let me tell you something. Someday you folks'll hear a child of Lavinia's a-callin' its father's name on top of Sentinel Hill. The only person who saw Wilbur during the first month of his life were old Zachariah Whately of the undecayed Whateleys and Earl Sawyer's common-law wife, Mamie Bishop. Mamie's visit was frankly one of curiosity, and her subsequent tales did justice to her observations, but Zachariah came to lead a pair of ordinary cows which old Whately had bought of his son Curtis. This marked the beginning of a course of cattle buying on the part of small Wilbur's family, which ended only in 1928, when the Dunwich Horror came and went. Yet at no time did the ramshackle Whately barn seem overcrowded with livestock. There came a period when people were curious enough to steal up and count the herd that grazed precariously on the steep hillside above the old farmhouse, and they could never find more than 10 or 12 an anemic, bloodless-looking specimen. Evidently some blight or distemper, perhaps sprung from the unwholesome pasturage or the diseased fungi and timbers of the filthy barn, caused a heavy mortality amongst the Whately animals. Odd wounds or sores, having something of the aspect of incisions, seemed to afflict the visible cattle, and once or twice during the earlier months, certain callers fancied they could discern similar sores about the throats of the gray, unshaven old man and his slatternly, crinkly-haired albino daughter. In the spring after Wilbur's birth, Lavinia resumed her customary rambles in the hills, bearing in her misproportioned arms the swarthy child. Hero! Hello, we're reading Dunwich Horror. And then when I'm done with this, we'll do the book. I wasn't sure how long Dunwich Horror would take me to read. I don't actually know how long it is. We'll figure it out. Ah, it can't be that long, though. Anyway. In the spring after Wilbur's birth, Lavinia, I just read that. The Ghostface board TV. I mean, the killers have to teach each other their perks somehow. Just like the survivors. Also, we know that some of the killers have unpleasant interactions with each other, because Blight has experimented on several of them, which is why we have blighted skins. Public interest in the Whateleys subsided after most of the country folk had seen the baby, and no one bothered to comment on the swift development which that newcomer seemed every day to exhibit. Wilbur's growth was indeed phenomenal. Within 3 months of his birth, he had attained a size and muscular power not usually found in infants under a full year of age. It's too early to tell with adding Ghostface and Oni. I'm assuming Oni's gonna be overpowered, but it's remains to be seen. Hi, werewolf. His motions and even vocal sounds showed a restraint and deliberateness, highly peculiar in an infant, and no one was really unprepared when, at 7 months, he began to walk unassisted, with falterings which another month was sufficient to remove. It was somewhat after this time, on Halloween, that a great blaze was seen at midnight on top of Sentinel Hill, where the old table-like stone stands amidst its tumulus of ancient bones. Considerable talk was started when Silas Bishop, of the Undecayed Bishops, mentioned having seen the boy running sturdily up that hill ahead of his mother about an hour before the blaze was remarked. Silas was rounding up a stray heifer, but he nearly forgot his mission when he fleetingly spied the two figures in the dim light of his lantern. They darted almost noiselessly through the underbrush, and the astonished watcher seemed to think they were entirely unclothed. Afterward, he could not be sure about the boy, who may have had some kind of a fringed belt and a pair of dark trunks or trousers on. Wilbur was never subsequently seen alive, and conscious without complete and tightly buttoned attire. The disarrangement or threatened disarrangement of which always seemed to fill him with anger and alarm. His contrast with his squalid mother and grandfather, in this respect, was thought very notable until the horror of 1928 suggested the most valid of reasons. And pause the video. I can't wait for them to add the thing where you can queue Survivor while you wait for Killer. Yeah. Murder time. But that's gonna, like, make queue times so much insanely better.
Oh, yeah.
Because it basically means, like, every Killer player will also be queuing Survivor. So it'll just even out a lot of the, basically you'll go play a Survivor game and then immediately load into your Killer match. Rinse, repeat. Everyone's happy.
Oh, all right. Do not give us RPD, please. Okay, I'll take it.
No, the new maps are in higher order, so a higher chance. Oh, this is already pre-broken. Interesting. Put it up here. Perfect. I wasn't that close. Damn.
Drop it, shorty, drop it. Oh! Dang, wanted to push me dead.
I don't know if she gave up or what. Okay, I'll come home.
One's injured. Actually,
Got that one.
pretty safe. Come here, Jake.
Yeah, this Jake's kind of interesting. Fantastic. Lag. Beautiful, beautiful. If somebody with the sprint burst ability runs up, they can give it to somebody else. Beautiful. Yeah, hit her through the sprint burst. Jake, why are you teabagging me, you weirdo?
Oh, you should drop that pallet, brother.
I've got 2 injured over here. Never mind, Sable got healed. Oh, you're a real teabag, buddy. He is just dropping every pallet. They've got so many pallets. Please get this at him. If you can. Oh, you've got your to lead it. Injured Fing. Okay, got her. Wow. Where in the hell? Oh, there she is. I think I hear you. Yeah, the pallet spam was insane. Yeah, I got him. No, never mind, this is the vault. What in the hell is this guy's pathing? Oh, please. The Jake is right there. There we go. Okay, they got lift. That was rough. Goodness gracious. Still got half of them. I'll take it. And we're down to the final bit of the subathon. It's almost complete. I will get days off soon. Unless y'all decide otherwise. Oh. Continue. Today's Thursday, right?
Yes.
I have to make a birthday dessert tomorrow. So. The next January, gossips were mildly interested in the fact that Lavinia's black brat had commenced to talk, and at the age of only 11 months. His speech was somewhat remarkable, both because of its difference from the ordinary accents of the region, and because it displayed a freedom from infantile lisping of which many children of 3 or 4 might well be proud. The boy was not talkative, yet when he spoke, he seemed to reflect some elusive element wholly unpossessed by Dunwich and its denizens. The strangeness did not reside in what he said, or even in the simple idioms he used, but seemed vaguely linked with his intonation or with the internal organs that produced the spoken sounds. His facial aspect, too, was remarkable for its maturity, for though he shared his mother's and grandfather's chinlessness, his firm and precociously shaped nose, united with the expression of his large, dark, almost Latin eyes, give him an air of quasi-adulthood and well-nigh preternatural intelligence. He was, however, exceedingly ugly despite his appearance of brilliancy, there being something almost goatish or animalistic about his thick lips, large, pored, yellowish skin, coarse, crinkly hair, and oddly elongated ears. He was soon disliked even more decidedly than his mother and grandsire, and all conjectures about him were spiced with references to the bygone magic of Old Wait, and how the hills once shook when he shrieked the dreadful name of Yog Sotha. Ugh, that's hard to say. In the midst of a circle of stones, with a great book open in his arms before him. Dogs abhorred the boy, and he was always obliged to take various defensive measures against their barking menace. Meanwhile, old Whately continued to buy cattle without measurably increasing the size of his herd. He also cut timber and began to repair the unused parts of his house, a spacious, peak-roofed affair whose rear end was buried entirely in the rocky hillside, and whose 3 least ruined ground-floor rooms had always been sufficient for himself and his daughter. There must have been prodigious reserves of strength in the old man to enable him to accomplish so much hard labor. And though he still babbled dementedly at times, his carpentry seemed to show the effects of sound calculation. It had already begun as soon as Wilbur was born, when one of the many tool sheds had been put suddenly in order, clapboarded and fitted with a stout, fresh lock. Now, in restoring the abandoned upper story of the house, he was no less a thorough craftsman. His mania showed itself only in his tight, boarding up of all the windows in the reclaimed section, though many declared that it was a crazy thing to bother with the reclamation at all. Less inexplicable was his fitting up of another downstairs room for his new grandson, a room which several callers saw, though no one was ever admitted to the closely boarded upper story. This chamber he lined with tall, firm shelving, along which he began gradually to arrange in apparently careful order all the rotting ancient books and part of books which, during his own day, had been heaped promiscuously in odd corners of the various rooms. "I made some use of them," he would say as he tried to mend a torn black-letter page with paste prepared on the rusty kitchen stove, "but the boy's fitting to make better use of 'em. He'd orter have 'em well so as he kin, or they're going to be all of his learning." When Wilbur was a year and 7 months old in September of 1914, his size and accomplishments were almost alarming. He had grown as large as a child of 4, and was as fluent and incredibly intelligent talker. He ran freely about the fields and hills. He accompanied his mother on all her wanderings. At home, he would pore diligently over the queer pictures and charts in his grandfather's books, while old Whately would instruct and catechise him through long, hushed afternoons. By this time, the restoration of the house was finished, and those who watched it wondered why one of the upper windows had been made into a solid plank door. It was a window in the rear of the east gable end, close against the hill, and no one could imagine why a cleated wooden runway was built up to it from the ground. About the period of this work's completion, people noticed that the old tool house, tightly locked and windowlessly clapboarded since Wilbur's birth, had been abandoned again. The door swung listlessly open, and when Oral Sawyer once stepped within, after a cattle-selling call on old Whately's, he was quite discomposed by the singular odor he encountered. Such a stench, he averred, as he had never before smelt in all his life except near the Indian circles on the hills, and which could not come from anything sane or of this earth. But then, the homes and sheds of Dunwich folk had never been remarkable for olfactory immaculateness. The following months were void of visible events, save that everyone swore to a slow but steady increase in the mysterious hill noises. On May Eve of 1915, there were tremors, which even the Aylesbury people felt, whilst the following Halloween produced an underground rumbling queerly synchronized with bursts of flame, them which Whately's doings, from the summit of Sentinel Hill. Wilbur was growing up uncannily, so that he looked like a boy of 10 as he entered his 4th year. He read avidly by himself now, but talked much less than formerly. A settled taciturnity was absorbing him, and for the first time, people began to speak specifically of the dawning look of evil in his goatish face. He would sometimes mutter an unfamiliar jargon and chant in bizarre rhythms which chilled the listener with a sense of unexplainable terror. The aversion displayed towards him by dogs had now become a matter of wide remark, and he was obliged to carry a pistol in order to traverse the countryside in safety. His occasional use of the weapon did not enhance his popularity amongst the owners of canine guardians. The few callers at the house would often find Lavinia alone on the ground floor, while odd cries and footsteps resounded in the boarded-up 2nd story. She would never tell what her father and the boy were doing up there, though once she turned pale and displayed an abnormal degree of fear when a jocose fish peddler tried the locked door leading to the stairway. That peddler told the store loungers at Dunwich Village that he thought he heard a horse stamping on the floor above. The loungers reflected, thinking of the door and runway, and of the kettle that so swiftly disappeared. Then they shuddered as they recalled tales of old Whately's use, and of the strange things that are called out of the earth when a bullock is sacrificed at the proper time to certain heathen gods. It had for some time been noticed that dogs had begun to hate and fear the whole Whately place as violently as they hated and feared young Wilbur personally. In 1917, the war came, and Squire Sawyer Whately, as chairman of the local draft board, had hard work finding a quota of young Dunwich men fit even to be sent to the development camp. Government, alarmed at such signs of wholesale regional decadence, sent several officers and medical experts to investigate, conducting a survey which New England newspaper readers may still recall. It was the publicity attending this investigation which set reporters on the track of the Whateleys and caused the Boston Globe and Arkham Advertiser to print flamboyant Sunday stories of young Wilbur's precociousness, old Whately's black magic, and the shelves of strange books, the sealed 2nd story of the ancient farmhouse, and the weirdness of the whole region and its hill noises. Wilbur was 4.5 then, and looked like a lad of 15. His lips and cheeks were fuzzy with a coarse, dark down, and his voice had begun to break. Earl Sawyer went out to the Whately place with both sets of reporters and cameramen and called their attention to the queer stench which now seemed to trickle down from the sealed upper spaces. It was, he said, exactly like a smell he had found in the tool shed abandoned when the house was finally repaired, and like the faint odors which he sometimes thought he caught near the stone circle on the mountains. Dunwich folk read the stories when they appeared, and grinned over the obvious mistakes. They wondered, too, why the writers made so much of the fact that old Whately always paid for his cattle in gold pieces of extremely ancient date. The Whateleys had received their visitors with ill-concealed distaste, though they did not dare court further publicity by violent resistance or refusal to talk. For a decade, the annals of Whately's sink indistinguishably into the general life of a morbid community used to their queer ways and hardened to their May Eve and All Hallows orgies. Twice a year they would light fires on top of Sentinel Hill, at which time the mountain's rumblings would recur with greater and greater violence, while at all seasons there were strange and portentous doings at the lonely farmhouse. In the course of time, callers professed to hear sounds in the sealed upper story, even when all the family were downstairs, and they wondered how swiftly or how lingeringly a cow or bullock was usually sacrificed. There was talk of complaint to the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, but nothing ever came of it, since Dunwich folk are never anxious to call the outside world's attention to themselves. About 1923, when Wilbur was a boy of 10, whose mind, voice, stature, and bearded face gave all the impressions of maturity, a second great siege of carpentry went on the old house. It was all inside the sealed upper part, and from bits of discarded lumber, people concluded that the youth and his grandfather had knocked out all the partitions and even removed the attic floor, leaving only one vast open void between the ground story and the peaked roof. They had torn down the great central chimney, too, and fitted the rusty range with a flimsy, outside tin stovepipe. In the spring after this event, old Whately noticed the growing number of whippoorwills that would come out of Cold Spring Glen to chirp under his window at night. He seemed to regard the circumstance as one of great significance, and told the loungers at Osborne's that he thought his time had almost come. "They whistle just in tune with my breathing now," he said, "and I guess they're getting ready to catch my soul. They know it's going out, and don't calculate to miss it. You'll know, boys, after I'm gone, whether they get me or not. If they do, they'll keep up singing and laughing till break of day. If they don't, they'll kinder quiet down like. I expect them and the souls they hunt or have some pretty tough tussles sometimes." On Lammas night, 1924, Dr. Houghton of Aylesbury was hastily summoned by Wilbur Whately, who had lashed his one remaining horse through the darkness and telephoned from Osborne's in the village. He found old Whately in a very grave state, with a cardiac action and stertorous breathing that told of an end not far off. The shapeless albino daughter and oddly bearded grandson stood by the bedside, whilst from the vacant abyss overhead there came a disquieting suggestion of rhythmical surging or lapping, as of the waves on some level beach. The doctor, though, was chiefly disturbed by the chattering night birds outside, a seemingly limitless legion of whippoorwills that cried their endless message in repetitions timed diabolically to the wheezing gasps of the dying man. It was uncanny and unnatural. Too much, thought Dr. Houghton. Like the whole of the region he had entered so reluctantly in response to the urgent call. Towards 1 o'clock, old Whately gained consciousness and interrupted his wheezing to choke out a few words to his grandson. "More space, Willie. More space soon. He grows, and that grows faster. It'll be ready to serve you soon, boy. Open up the gates to Yogg's Sothoth with the long chant that you'll find on page 751 of the complete edition, and put a match to the prison. Fire from earth can't burn it nohow." He was obviously quite mad. After a pause, during which the flock of whippoorwills outside adjusted their cries to the altered tempo, while some indications of the strange hill noises came from afar off, he added another sentence or two. "Feed it reg'lar, Willie, and mind the quantity, but don't let it grow too fast for the place, for if it busts quarters, or gets about afore he opens to Yog Sothoth, it's all over and no use. Only them from beyond kin make it multiply and work. Only them, the old uns, as wants to come back." But speech gave place to gasps again, and Lavinia screamed at the way the whippoorwills followed the change. It was the same for more than an hour when the final throaty rattle came. Dr. Houghton drew shrunken lids over the glazing gray eyes as the tumult of birds faded imperceptibly to silence. Lavinia sobbed, but Wilbur only chuckled, while the hill noises rumbled faintly. "They didn't get him," he muttered in his heavy bass voice. Wilbur was, by this time, a scholar of really tremendous erudition in his one-sided way, and was quietly known by correspondence to many librarians in distant places where rare and forbidden books of old days are kept. He was more and more hated and dreaded around Dunwich because of certain youthful disappearances which suspicion laid vaguely at his door, but was always able to silence inquiry through fear or through use of that fund of old-time gold which still, as in his grandfather's time, went forth regularly and increasingly for cattle buying. He was now tremendously mature of aspect, and his height, having reached the normal adult limit, seemed inclined to wax beyond that figure. In 1925, when a scholarly correspondent from Miskatonic University called upon him one day and departed pale and puzzled, he was fully 6 3/4 feet tall. Through all the years, Wilbur had treated his half-deformed albino mother with a growing contempt, finally forbidding her to go to the hills with him on May Eve and Hallowmas, and in 1926 the poor creature complained to Mammy Bishop of being afraid of him. "They's more about him, as I knows, than I can tell you, Mammy," she said, "and nowadays they's more nor what I know myself. I vow for God, I don't know what he wants, nor what he's trying to do." That Halloween, the hill noises sounded louder than ever, and fire burned on Sentinel Hill as usual. but people paid more attention to the rhythmical screaming of vast flocks of unnaturally belated whippoorwills, which seemed to be assembled near the unlighted Whately farmhouse. After midnight, their shrill notes burst into a kind of pandemonic cachinnation, which filled all the countryside, and not until dawn did they finally quiet down. Then they vanished, hurrying southward, where they were fully a month overdue. What this meant, no one could quite be certain until later. None of the country folk seemed to have died, but poor Lavinia Whately, the twisted albino, was never seen again. In the summer of 1927, Wilbur repaired 2 sheds in the farmyard and began moving his books and effects out to them. Soon afterwards, Earl Sawyer told the loungers at Osborne's that more carpentry was going on in the Whately farmhouse. Wilbur was closing all the doors and windows on the ground floor and seemed to be taking out partitions as he and his grandfather had done upstairs 4 years before. He was living in one of the sheds, and Sawyer thought he seemed unusually worried and tremulous. People generally suspected him of knowing something about his mother's disappearance, and very few ever approached his neighborhood now. His height had increased to more than 7 feet and showed no signs of ceasing its development. The following winter brought an event no less strange than Wilbur's first trip outside the Dunwich region: correspondence with the Widener Library at Harvard, the Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris, the British Museum, the University of Buenos Aires, and the Library of Miskatonic University at Arkham had failed to get him the loan of a book he desperately wanted. So at length he set out in person, shabby, dirty, bearded, and uncouth of dialect, to consult the copy at Miskatonic, which was the nearest to him geographically. Almost 8 feet tall and carrying a cheap new valise from Osborne's general store, this dark and goatish gargoyle appeared one day in Arkham in quest of the dreaded volume kept under lock and key at the college library, the hideous Necronomicon of the mad Arab Abdul al-Zared, in Olus Wormius Latin version, as printed in Spain in the 17th century. He had never seen a city before, but had no thoughts save to find his way to the university grounds, where, indeed, he passed heedlessly by the great white-fanged watchdog that barked with unnatural fury and enmity and tugged frantically at its stout chain. Oh, goodness. My voice is going to be worn out after this. Okay, we've got 2 palette people, so we'll have to be aware of that. If they're smart, they'll just keep rebuilding Shack palette over and over to waste our time, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, I ignore pallets.
Well, yeah, you can, I can't.
Nico, are you still drinking the monsters?
I have 1 left.
Oh, what? No.
It's my last one. Heartbreaking.
No! Oh my god, I hate this map so much.
At least there aren't, like, as many palettes as on others. It just doesn't have as many filler locations. Oh, I didn't realize you were nurse. I thought you were still Huntress, who also ignores pallets. I've got 4 here.
Someone gotta die.
Nice, nice. I'll get her. Hi, Jinx. Thank you, Felix. Beautiful. Easy. Good stuff, good stuff. Right.
Take them off the gin, baby.
Oh, that's so good. Apparently Jen's before friends. Somebody went second. Okay. Oh, there's 2 cages out here.
Another reason why I don't like our VTuber. Sometimes it's just like
Nice, nice. There we go.
ow! Ah!
Oh my gosh.
Why in there?
Yep.
Oh, game. Nigga, come on. Oh. I hate when you predict and you just still get robbed.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Got him. Oh my gosh, what? There we go.
Ah! Ah! None of the gens on my side are even being like no progress. I can't remember if this is the west.
Yes, hit her through. Yeah, there's a couple over here. Oh my gosh. She ran back into me, thank you. We're doing good. We've got 4 dead. We're in a much better spot. Yes, this is a special mode. It's 2 killers versus 8 survivors. Thanks. Perfect.
When in doubt, stand in the doorway.
Right. Only one still standing.
Dang, they have 3 on hook. 3.
3 on hook, 4 dead.
I'm not gonna lie, we slayed this match.
Hell yeah. I need to start giving you hooks.
Oh, it don't matter.
I'm just already capped out on hook points, so.
Oh, dude, that means that's fun.
Oh shit. What? Hold on a second. I didn't see the name. I can't read it. The text is too tiny.
Oh, they got you.
Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to put anonymous on the thing.
She's going upstairs.
Oh, good.
Outside, helicopter. Well, no, she went down. Oh my god, please go to the wall.
I got stuck in a corner. Borgon, that's a suspicious question to ask. Haha. I will as soon as the fog.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny. All right. It was you. Well, thank you for the monster and the brushes. I'm very excited. I've been on a painting kick, as you know, Sky. It's Cleo. Okay, so it'll be stream fueled by Cleo, and nobody will understand. Got it. So many blood points. Oh my god. How did the Yui bot end with 49k? What the hell? The smoke bombs must give special points.
Oh wait, I know there is a bonus, but that is kind of crazy. Almost 50,000. I think they have a 300k bonus.
Yeah.
Or 300%.
Uh-huh. Oh my gosh. That was a good one. Actually, I kind of want to play nurse now.
Alright.
With all the aura.
I actually got that, whatever, like it said like 800 something challenge done.
Yeah. Okay, so I will do stealth nurse.
Yes, whoever could it have been?
Look, I will never make assumptions.
I mean, it would only insult you. I'm already an ass. So
Jeez.
Uh,
Well, thank you. I will be using those brushes a lot.
that's fine.
I have been painting so much. I actually have one that I had in mind. As soon as you did that, I was like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what that would be perfect for. But I'm in the middle of painting right now. It's gonna have a ton of detail, but I don't have any brushes small enough. Not yet, anyway, apparently.
I have a cat hugging my arms.
Oh, sweet Bob.
Okay, I came in to poke fun. Bye-bye, I'll be back with cat.
Well, I don't remember what the rewards were for those. Hold on. Well, I know what the one for monster is. But for the detail brushes. Oh, Quentin, you gotta tell me what painting you want. I gotta... You get to choose the topic of painting. And I send it to you. I also have already done ones if you would like one, but if you have anything in particular.
So I don't know why, but the cloak figure that you did,
Yeah.
that holds the massive like blade,
Uh-huh.
it reminds me of the Michelin Man. I love it.
But he has
I don't know
real
why
feet.
I see a Michelin Man.
He has
that
like
whole
normal
outline.
person feet. What? Did you see the? Did I remember to post the coins one?
Yeah, you got that one.
I like that one a lot. I need to find a better place to like store them. Maybe I'll find a thing that's good for storing paintings and stick it on the wish list. Oh, here it is. Found it. I tried to make the cloth look folded in the right places. I don't know if it came out correctly, but I tried. Capybara with a penguin on his back. Okay. Grab my pen. Gotta write it down or else I shall forget.
Oh wait, I need to change my class.
Capybara. What's with people in capybaras?
Capybara.
Friend but big. It's just the second time someone's requested a capybara related thing. I've got a drawing I need to remember to post. I've just been like in the zone with this stuff lately, which is really nice to like have the urge to do art stuff again after being sick kind of robbed me of it for so long. Here we go. I found a thing. It's on the Amazon list now because I didn't feel like copy pasting the link and throwing it around. Then it's fine. Continuing our adventures into Senwa Shore. Wilbur had with him the priceless but imperfect copy of Dr. Day's English version, which his father had bequeathed him, and upon receiving access to the Latin copy, he at once began to collate the two texts with the aim of discovering a certain passage which would have come on the 751st page of his own defective volume. This much he could not civilly refrain from telling the librarian, the same erudite Henry Armitage, A.M. Miskatonic, Ph.D., Princeton, who had once called at the farm, and who now politely plied him with questions. He was looking, he had to admit, for a kind of formula or incantation containing the frightful name Yog Sothoth, and it puzzled him to find discrepancies, duplications, and ambiguities which made the matter of determination far from easy. As he copied the formula he finally chose, Dr. Armitage looked involuntarily over his shoulder at the open pages, the left-hand one of which, in the Latin version, contained some monstrous threats to the peace of the sanity of the world. Nor is it to be thought, ran the text as Armitage mentally translated it, that man is either the oldest or the last of Earth's masters, or that the common bulk of life and substance walks alone. The old ones were, the old ones are, and the old ones shall be. Not the spaces we know, but between them they walk serene and primal, undimensioned and to us unseen. Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, future, all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old, and where they shall break through again. He knows where they had trod Earth's fields, and where they still tread them, and why none can behold them as they tread. By their smell can men sometimes know them near, but of their semblance can no man know, saving only in the features of those they have begotten in mankind. And of those are there many sorts, differing in likeness from man's truest eidolon to the shape without sight or substance, which is them. They walk unseen and foul in lonely places where the words have been spoken and the rites howl through their seasons. The wind gibbers with their voices, and the earth muddles with their consciousness. They bend the forest and crush the city, yet may not forest or city behold the hand that smites. Kadath in the cold waste hath known them, and what man knows Kadath? The ice desert of the south and the sunken isles of ocean hold stones whereupon their seal is engraved. But who hath seen the deep frozen city, or the sealed tower long garlanded with seaweed and barnacles? Great Cthulhu is their cousin. Yet can he spy them only dimly? Ya Shuv Nagorath, as a foulness shall ye know them. Their hand is at your throats, yet ye see them not. And their habitation is even one with your guarded threshold. Yog-Sothoth is the key to the gate, whereby the spheres meet. Man rules now where they ruled once. They shall soon rule where man rules now. After summer is winter, after winter is summer. They wait patient and potent, for here shall they reign again. Dr. Armitage, associating what he was reading with what he heard of Dunwich and its brooding presences, and of Wilbur Whately and his dim, hideous aura that stretched from a dubious birth to a cloud of probable matricide, felt a wave of fright as tangible as a draught of the tomb's cold clamminess. The bent, goatish giant before him seemed like the spawn of another planet or dimension, like something only partly of mankind, and linked to black gulfs of essence and entity that stretched like titan phantasms beyond all spheres of force and matter, space and time. Presently, Wilbur raised his head and began speaking in that strange, resonant fashion which hinted at sound-producing organs unlike the run of mankind's. "Mr. Armitage," he said, "I calculate I've got to take that book home. There's things in it I've got to try under certain conditions that I can't get here, and it'd be a mortal sin to let a red tape rule hold me up. Let me take it along, sir, and I'll swear they won't nobody know the difference. I don't need to tell ye I'll take good care of it. It wasn't me that put this thee copy in the shape it is." He stopped as he saw firm denial on the librarian's face, and his own goatish features grew crafty. Armitage, half ready to tell him he might make a copy of what parts he needed, thought suddenly of the possible consequences and checked himself. There was too much responsibility in giving such a being the key to which blasphemous outer spheres. Whately saw how things stood and tried to answer lightly. "Well, all right, if you feel that way about it, maybe Harvard won't be so fussy as you be." And without saying more, he rose and strode out of the building, stooping at each doorway. Armitage heard the savage yelping of the great watchdog and studied Whately's gorilla-like lope as he crossed the bit of campus visible from the window. He thought of the wild tales he had heard and recalled the old Sunday stories in the Advertiser. These things and the lore he had picked up from Dunwich rustics and villagers during his one visit there. Unseen things not of Earth, or at least not of tri-dimensional Earth, rushed fetid and horrible through New England's glens, and brooded obscenely on the mountaintops. Of this, he had long felt certain. Now he seemed to sense the close presence of some terrible part of the intruding horror, and to glimpse a hellish advance in the black dominion of the ancient and once passive nightmare. He locked away the Necronomicon with a shudder of disgust, but the room still reeked with an unholy and unidentifiable stench. "As a foulness shall ye know them," he quoted. Yes, the odor was the same as that which had sickened him at the Whately farmhouse less than 3 years before. He thought of Wilbur, goatish and ominous, once again, and laughed mockingly at the village rumors of his parentage. "Inbreeding," Armitage muttered half aloud to himself. "Great God, the simpletons. Show them Arthur Macken's Great God Pan, and they'll think it a common Dunwich scandal. But what thing, what cursed, shapeless influence on or off this three-dimensional earth was Wilbur Whately's father? Born on Candlemas 9 months after May Eve of 1912, when the talk about the queer earth noises reached clear into Arkham, what walked on the mountains that May night? What rudeness horror fastened itself on the world in half-human flesh and blood? During the ensuing weeks, Dr. Armitage set about to collect all possible data on Wilbur Whately and the formless presences around Dunwich. He got in communication with Dr. Houghton of Aylesbury, who had attended old Whately in his last illness, and found much to ponder over in the grandfather's last words, as quoted by the physician. A visit to Dunwich Village failed to bring out much that was new, but a close survey of the Necronomicon in those parts which Wilbur had sought so avidly seemed to supply new and terrible clues to the nature, methods, and desires of the strange evil so vaguely threatening this planet. Talks with several students of archaic lore in Boston and letters to many others elsewhere gave him a growing amazement which passed slowly through varied degrees of alarm to a state of really acute spiritual fear. As the summer drew on, he felt dimly that something ought to be done about the lurking terrors of the upper Miskatonic Valley, and about the monstrous being known to the human world as Wilbur Whately. The Dunwich Horror itself came between Lammas and the equinox in 1928, and Dr. Armitage was among those who witnessed its monstrous prologue. He had heard, meanwhile, of Whately's grotesque trip to Cambridge, and of his frantic efforts to borrow or copy from the Necronomicon at the Widener Library. Those efforts had been in vain, since Armitage had issued warnings of the keenest intensity to all librarians having charge of the dreaded volume. Wilbur had been shockingly nervous at Cambridge, anxious for the book, yet almost equally anxious to get home again, as if he feared the results of being away for too long. Give me just a second, I need to stand up and stretch. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself for a second.
Nom 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 nom. She bag.
And that is the last of my monster. RIP. One snuck behind you. Boatful. Ooh, almost. Perfect.
Go, baby. Yep.
Beautiful. What? There we go. Oh, that was weird. He like walked through me. Oh my gosh. There we go. Got a gen here that's almost done. Oh my gosh. There we go. Here. Got a dead one. Man, there's so many gens on this corner. Nice. What in the... see where she went. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so disoriented. Oh. Yep. What in the world was that? He tried to lock or tech me, but failed. Yeah. Perfect. Exactly what we needed. I was worried they were gonna be at this one over here and
Get her, zombie, get her. Oh. I'm gonna shoot that. I'll put her.
perfect. Can I kill zombies? Yeah. Doesn't do anything for me, but it's funny. Nice, nice. Okay, I can't remember if he's dead or not. Should be. Yeah. Okay, so you want to start over at Shack, and I'll be here looking for hatches? I got one. And there's three. Okay.
Guy has to touch gate.
Yep. He's over here, he's over here. He's trying to beg for his life.
Choke him!
Do you want to be here for it?
Yeah,
I...
hold on, I gotta kill Larry real quick.
could see you wiggling around.
Alright, Neko, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight. I gotta work.
Oh, okay.
But I definitely have fun. We gotta play more on the weekend too.
Absolutely. I think I'm gonna go do Survivor Side for all those points.
Yeah, have fun though. Thanks for letting me
Too.
play with you.
Yeah, of course. You're
I'll be
always
in the
welcome to
stream.
join. Good. I'll be glad to have you. Bye. Hold on. I need to dump some points real quick. Let's see. We're almost to 3 million and we're gonna have a 300% bonus. So oh, I forgot to add the time for the things. I stopped and looked at it. I forgot to actually add it. Wee. Come on. Taking its time giving me the blood web. I think I'll get down to 2.5 for now, and then I'm gonna do a quick bathroom break, and then we're just gonna push through the rest of our matches for the night. I think. Oh, I should have done that first. Oh well. Rip. Okay. I will be right back. Welcome back. Back to it. Actually, I think I'll stick with Escapist. It's kind of the best way to be altruistic. As long as we have one of these, it's fine. We really don't need two of the guide, but it is what it is. I don't think so. No? Called Chainsaw Blood. I haven't finished it. I keep getting distracted by other shows. And I've binged like 3 animes while being in a lot of pain laying down. Currently in the middle of the case study of Vanitas. I just finished The Saint's Power is Omnipotent, which was very good. Enjoyed the hell out of that one. And then before that, I was watching Cherry Magic, which was also very good. Oh, thank you, Fang. When did everybody switch to healer? What the hell? Let me... No. Let me heal you, dumb motherfucker. Oh my god, it's Oni. You're gonna take 10 years to fucking heal yourself. Oh my god. Oni and Legion is a dirty combo. Jesus Christ. That was unnecessary. Oh, good lord. Yeah. Nothing I can do there. Oh, right. The heal is why I snagged escapist. To the door. I was about to say, send the injured one through the hatch. You've got sprint burst. And then just leave. Perfect. Nice. Hi, Kit. You want to play 2v8 Survivor? It's fun. You can get Ghostface cosmetics. I don't know if you play Ghostface or like Ghostface. But you can get Ghostface cosmetics. What? Why not? It's so much fun. 2v8's great. Much more fun than regular mode. You can get achievements, at least ones that are available when you don't have perks. Can't get, like, adepts, but you can still get, like, the general achievements. You can pretend to be asleep and hide in a corner, though your teammates might make fun of you, and you will definitely die. Another Oni. Oni Legion. Oh, wait, that's a different chest? Jesus. Oh my god. I can't believe you hit that. Not necessarily, but there's a higher chance of the team struggling. I love how he didn't notice I was over here. Okay. Time to just sit my butt on a gen. Also, gens go faster if the killers have more progress than you do. So, like, if they've got more than 2 hooks per gen completed, you'll do gens faster. Like right now. Okay, he's not coming to me. That's all I care about. So I can get this gen done. Oh my god. What? Man, that sucks. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god. I'm the only one who hasn't been hooked yet. Hi, Ice. Well, that was rude. What? Okay. What are you doing? I tried to drop a pallet, didn't work. Really? well. Yeah. Damn. Switch floors. Go this way. Oh my gosh. That was scary. Hi. That was dumb. Oh, rip. Weird. Yeah, I couldn't reveal him. Poor David. Sorry, bud. It's weird that I couldn't reveal it. Like I just straight up could not reveal him. It's like Blank Ghosty is, I had you revealed, sir. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That first one should not have hit me. Oh, it's gonna happen sometimes. And you can do about bad ping or hit validation. Man, I'm hungry. I'm definitely gonna have to make ramen once we're done. Just because it sounds really good. Have a good night, kid. I'm sorry I missed your message. My brain is not braining very well. Yeah. Nothing I can do having to dodge Huntress hatchets and getting body blocked. Oh, Leo. At least I know they're traveling together, so we can kind of just punch gens while they do that. Anyway. No. Should be at range. Okay. I think we're the only ones on a gen right now, so we kind of gotta stick it. And the killers are over there. Jesser! Hello, how are you? Welcome to the party. We're trying not to die. Oh, he's over there. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Whew. How are you, little Jester? It's been a while. Oof. Girl, you needed to run the fuck away. Yeah, you're not getting me, bud. Yeah. That's funny. Trillion bees. What a name. My goodness. Oh, that's so funny. And very specific. Not me just completely ignoring the danger. Okay, bye. Good, 4 trillion bees is healthy again. Damn. Ah, ghost face. I was doing so good too. No. Oh well. Hello, thank you. Where is the ghost face? Oh. Not 4 trillion bees. No. Oh, why did you move? No, 4 trillion bees is gonna die. This rate, I'm gonna die. Fucking hell, dude. How did he come straight at me? That is just nuts. Oh well. I died. It's so sad. Up we go. Join 4 trillion bees on the other side. Oh, anyway. Did my stream restart? Oh my god, it did. I just got an email from Streamlabs like, hey, here's your stream recap. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, bud? You're still here? Fantastic. Thank you. I shall add it to the collection if I survive. Wham. Yeah. Oh, I got stuck. No. Oh, this is so bad. Thank you. It's such a fun sound. What? What? How is somebody already dead? Oh wait, we're 3 gens in. Never mind. We're still behind, but it's not terribly unreasonable for somebody to be dead. Where in the fuck did you come from? Okay. I gotta pay a lot closer attention now. Leaving. Half of us left and 2 gens to go. Damn it. Well, I got the gen done. Oh, that sucks. I don't think they're gonna be able to get that last gen finished. Not with Blight and Billy. Space cat supremacy. Ah. I mean, hopefully we get everybody out the exit gates, but if it does come down to just the two of us, we got this. Oh no! No. Don't. Stay away from me. Oh no. Yep. Ah. Hi, Ling. Here's you. Hello. Yeah. Fear the strawberry shortcake. Oh, I fucking love those sounds so goddamn much. Oh. Blech. Well, now is the time. Aha. Change. Yeah. That was just dumb on my part. I was so distracted. There's so much going on. So many things. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Somebody rebuilt track. Awesome. Congrats on getting first again. Yeah, I didn't even realize it restarted. I don't know what happened. My OBS says everything's still good. So, must have been a Twitch thing. Unless YouTube also restarted. In which case OBS just didn't tell me. Hello. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so lame. I had that. I pressed it in time, but the game didn't register. Thanks. That sucks. I should have had that. Oh, well. Let's go medic just because it seems like healing is becoming an issue, especially with like Legion Oni. Alright. Hi. Hex for honor. Weskin. Okay. No.
You disappoint me. Is that the best?
I did get dodging him the first time. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Just get a big freaking reset. Okay. One gen left. Just gotta find it. No. All right. I tried to heal you, girlie. You didn't want it. Okay. I thought we're just doing it to heal each other, not the rest of the team. You'll pay for that. Man, 3 in a row is dirty. No, I dodged. I dodged it. Oh, that's so sad. Oh, we're, oh. It's the bug. Well. Guess we're stuck here now. Sorry, Weskin. He got too attached. He can't let me go. He knows he's supposed to. He sees the thing and he's just like, I don't know. I don't know if he can't move or if he was just like, ah, fuck, and then stopped doing anything. Why am I getting idle crows while being carried? That's silly. Hello. Yeah, I am stuck. Sorry, bud. You got like 2 minutes. Anywho. Oh, geez, the Wraith moved and it startled the hell out of me. Yeah. My back hurts. And these games have been kind of rough. and I'm hungry. So I'm going to call it there. Because nothing's happening and I'm bored. So that is going to be it for me today, everybody. I really appreciate everyone sticking around, hanging out, being here in general. We will be back in tomorrow for some more 2v8 shenanigans. Hopefully we'll get to play more Killer. We'll see if Sky can join us late. We'll see. It would be really nice to get lots of killing in. It is a fun time. So I love you all so very, very much. And I guess we've still got at least one more full stream now, thanks to Gorgon here and the lovely gifts. If you want to see more, you can either check out my throne or my Amazon wish list. Anything from there does go towards the timer, or you can donate directly, sub yourself, or gift subs, or use bits either through sound alerts so you get something out of it, or redeems, or just if you feel like throwing bits this way, goes for it. We have lots of goals, so have potential to keep going, or we'll be done in 2 days. Totally up to you guys. But have a great night, everybody. Oh, bye.